I'm Nidhi. I'm a first year medical student at GMC Aurangabad. So basically, in our first year, we have got three subjects: anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry. So first of all, we have anatomy. It is the most feared subject of all three. It's because it is extremely vast and there's a lot to remember. So you have to remember the names of all muscles, their attachments, their origins, insertions. Then you have to also remember the relations of various organs. But also it is a very interesting subject. So for gross anatomy, we use PD Chaurasia, which is a standard textbook used in all Indian medical colleges. For embryology, I use IB Singh. Some people also use Vishram Singh, which is also a good book. Then for histology, I use IB Singh's book. Pierre's Atlas is another book which has been recommended by our anatomy professors because it has got really good illustrations and diagrams. So if you want to draw diagrams in your histology record book, then you can use Diffuse. The thing about anatomy is you won't really understand the subject unless and until you have seen the structures with your own eyes right in front of you. So for that, we have our dissection practicals. So in the dissection hall, we work with cadavers, and no, they are not mannequins, they are actual human bodies which have been donated to the medical colleges. So in the dissection hall, we have our various dissection tables. On each dissection table, there are approximately 15 to 18 people, but usually there are only 2-3 people who are actually doing the dissection. The rest of us read Cunningham's or our notes. So this is my dissection box. It has got all the instruments that we use for dissection. This is the scalpel. With this we cut the skin, the fat, the fascia. These are the forceps with which you can hold the structures. Yeah, so inside the dissection hall, you are not allowed to enter unless and until you're wearing the apron. You have to wear gloves while you're dissecting. The thing is, some of us have also touched the cadavers with our bare hands, and it's not a big deal anymore because you're kind of used to it. So this is my bone set. I've got only 16 bones. I don't have the skull. So this is the femur. This is the hip bone. We have a viva on these bones. So the second subject is physiology. It is a very interesting subject. The thing is, you like physiology because it's basically just like your class 11, class 12 biology. It's about your GIT, your CNS, your cardiovascular system. Guyton is the standard textbook that most people use. However, it is really extensive and you can't start reading it just before your exams. So for that, AK Jain is a nice book. I use this book because the content is given in points, so it's easier to read and understand. But if you have read Guyton and AK Jain and you still don't get the concept, then you can try reading Sambulingam. It's a good book, but it's more like a school book. You see. So it's good for understanding the concepts, but don't rely on it for your exams. Then we have our physiology practicals, which are HIMAT, clinical and experimental physiology. So in our HIMAT practicals, we prick our own fingers and we take the blood on slides and check under the microscope. The thing is, at first you might be a little scared while pricking your fingers, but it's not a big deal. You just have to rub your ring finger, and then with the help of a lancet, this is a lancet, you just take a bold prick. Yeah. So once you have taken the prick, you have to draw the blood inside pipettes. This is a pipette, and then you put it on slides and then you check it under the microscope. So then there is clinical physiology, in which we perform various tests on the subject. The subject is usually one of our batchmates. So in clinical physiology, we have measured the blood pressure, we have measured our pulse rates, and we have done various tests on the respiratory system, on the cardiovascular system. Yeah, and we also performed CPR in one of our clinical physiology practicals. So then in experimental physiology, we have done spirometry, perimetry, and we have also performed ECG. Yeah, we actually got the graph on the graph paper. And finally, we have biochemistry. The thing about biochemistry is you might find it a little boring and monotonous, but the thing is, it is a very scoring subject. If you liked organic chemistry when you were in class 11, class 12, there is a chance that you might really like biochemistry because it's all about proteins and lipids and carbohydrates and their metabolism. So for biochemistry, most of us use this book. This is Satyanarayan. It's a good book, and Vasudevan is also a good book. Then for our biochemistry practicals, they take us to the lab where we are taught how to estimate proteins and blood glucose levels. That is very interesting. And whenever exams are coming up, we have Bhalani, which is a total lifesaver. So it has got all important topics which have been asked in the previous year papers. The thing about being in a medical college is it's not like you'll ever get bored because every day is different and there's always something new to learn. So today you might have your physio practicals, then you might have dissection and then your histo practicals. So it's not like you come in the morning, sit for 10 hours in your classroom and then just leave. So there's always something happening in the medical college. And yeah, you will definitely love it once you come here. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to comment and do subscribe and share the video with your friends. Thank you.